the legal team, Geek Sensei, Raven, Sam, Mr. Blitzstick.
You three, man.
Yeah. You man about that.
We are live, guys. I'm Sam, Mr. Blitztech,
Jay, 1/3 of the Cyber Nerds.
and welcome to today's trailer reaction. We've got a world premiere, Assassin's Creed Shadows, the official trailer. If you haven't done so already, make sure you're subscribing to the channel, liking this video if you like Assassin's Creed, Ubisoft, and just games. Because we've got two trailers today. And Assassin's Creed introducing man like Yasuke to the building. We've been playing as a samurai, yeah? Okay.
Spoilers, innit?
Spoilers.
Spoilers, innit?
Spoilers.
So we try to be pirates.
Pirates, Arabians, Romans, Egyptians, English people.
What's the people from Valhalla? What are they? Vikings? Vikings, yeah.
I think they've been asking for this theme for a while, just going to this part of the world of Japan. I think people were asking more of ninjas or whatever, but it's interesting, still interesting. What do you man else to say about Assassin's Creed?
Valhalla's my favourite one. It's in London. Last one I played, platinumed.
Valhalla?
Syndicate. I said Syndicate.
Valhalla.
Syndicate, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you. Syndicate, the one in London, is the last one I played, platinumed. Thought it was great. Bought Origins. Downloaded it like 10 times to my PlayStation. Deleted it 10 times.
Wow.
And then didn't really bother with the Roman and the Valhalla one, even though the trailers, cinematic trailers, Assassin's Creed might be leading the league in the best cinematic trailers in gaming. So the trailers were hard. Never really dived into the game when we're talking about 80 hours for a single player, 120 hours for a platinum trophy seems a bit long, especially when I'm not like super dialed into the thing. So I'm interested in what they've got here because we've got a black protagonist. Always gonna stand out to man. Don't really care about feudal Japan or any of this kind of ninja shit. But if it's good and it can give me what Ghost of Tsushima promised, which is good ninja combat, stealth, and good sword play, why not? And to be honest, like I've seen it from the pictures, there's 2 players they're showing. So I'm actually hoping for the reintroduction of what made Syndicate one of the best, if not one of the best Assassin's Creed. 2 like multiple characters, do you know what I'm saying? Being able to switch between and then even maybe potentially being able to co-op with someone else, I think would be super hard. They had that in Unity as well that I thought was legit.
That's that one with the...
That's the PS4 one, the one in France. You
yeah.
get me? So if they bring both of those elements into this game just on a gameplay level, plus removing all the RPG elements, I'm thinking like Assassin's Creed's in a very good place and it would interest me personally a lot. So that's where I'm at.
Yeah, I just need to see what this trailer has to deliver. Because last time I got super gas was Valhalla. Obviously, man loves Vikings and stuff. I did enjoy the game, although I didn't finish it because of issues. So I just want to see what they bring in with the whole, Japan, samurais, ninjas. Which kind of like fits into the world since a lot of stuff is like stealth. So kind of want to see what they bring into the table if I get overly excited.
Cool.
What was the last one you played?
Ooh, what was the last one I played? I played a bit of Valhalla. Didn't really touch Origins or the one after that. Played a bit of Black Flag.
Did you get further than Raven did in Valhalla?
Nah.
How far did you... You said you didn't complete it. You didn't complete the story?
I'm almost finished completely. So yeah, I went all the way to Valhalla. So...
I mean, I don't know what that means because I haven't played the game.
I think I completed about, 60%, if I remember correctly.
Come on.
I did spend quite a lot of time in it. Like,
it's a big game.
Yeah,
massive.
So I did spend quite a lot of time in it, to be honest.
So yeah, let's see what this one's saying. World premiere!
A weathered Torii gate stands before a weathered shrine in a misty forest. A man with a Charmlegay-style haircut with the top of the head shaved flees from a hooded pursuer. The man draws a small weapon, then slows to a stop and looks around. He turns, unsheathing a sword.
Who are you?
The hooded figure steps toward him calmly.
Is this
With a
for
sword
like
across
people
their
with...
back, the figure stares, and a thick mist obscures.
We're already in, bro. I don't know what you're doing. We're already in.
In my life, I will end
A man and a young woman bow before a shrine.
our customs. my family.
They clap twice.
Burns in the name of unification.
Lightning flashes in the distance. Now, armored soldiers cut down villagers fleeing across a bridge. As a soldier raises a spear over a helpless villager, the young woman shoves him aside, then rolls on the ground to dodge another.
Told you about
weapon.
these men in their
She takes
cinematic
an
trailers.
attack, then gets bashed by the end of a spear
Shit's a
that
whole
sends her
movie.
rolling to the edge of a river. Across the water, she sees a village burning. She zeroes in on an African samurai in traditional armor, and the view splits to include them both.
What?
You are still a frog in a well, who knows nothing of the sea.
Shut
Near a
up!
harbor,
The ocean
Please
is
tell me you
filled
can
with
pick
new
what side you're
ships,
on.
but they all come from the same river.
the African man bows deeply.
Greed.
An instructor signals to him. On a
is he
battlefield,
an
a
actor?
general sits on a rise above his troops, who march in formation holding matchlock guns.
Power.
This thing looks crazy.
The front line fires.
Vengeance.
The African samurai, in his full armor, steps through the ensuing gunsmoke and draws his sword. Backed by other warriors, he takes on soldiers. He impales one, then lifts and flings him off his blade. With one swing of his sword, he slashes the throats of 4 soldiers, their blood flying through the air as they collapse on the riverbank.
And you? Will you continue down that river?
The African samurai removes his helmet and locks eyes with the young woman across the river.
Or choose another path, beyond what we see?
They face each other in a wheat field.
And we must look for it
Oh!
together.
Now, the young woman walks down a bustling village street. A figure with their
Wow.
face concealed by a conical hat holds out a slip of paper. The young woman grabs it as she passes, then hands the note to the African samurai without stopping.
We must learn to trust. Rebuild.
A young girl's eyes light up as she spots the samurai.
Then follow the blade.
Samurai, not
On
a
a
black
misty
man.
night, guards patrol the house's terrace. The young woman sneaks across a ledge and uses a grappling hook to launch herself into the air. She flings
Syndicate.
throwing stars into the man with the Chanmage, then lands on 2 guards before engaging a third. She stabs him with her sword, then turns to see her target fleeing. She takes on 2 more guards, slashing one across the face. Elsewhere, translucent paper doors silhouette 2 people in a house. Then the samurai's imposing figure appears between them.
Yo!
He bashes them through the doors, then steps outside holding a bloodied canabo, which resembles a spiked club with a handle. Guards charge him, and the samurai
Love it.
brings down his
He's got
bulky
weapons
weapon
as
to knock
well.
them to the snowy ground.
This guy's
In the misty
huge.
forest,
I said, who do you serve?
the man with the Chanmage faces the hooded figure. As he steps back, he bumps into the African samurai.
We are the shadows.
The young woman lowers her hood.
That served the light.
As the man charges, she easily dodges his sword and thrusts her
Oh!
hooded blade at him. A title appears over the red-tinged profiles of the African samurai and the young
November,
woman.
yeah?
Assassin's Creed Shadows.
I mean, they all usually drop in November. They always drop in
Available
November.
now.
So that's good, man. 3 days early with the pre-order.
So the official date.
Jeez, didn't expect them to drop one this year.
But it's actually mad because it's just like cinematic trailers, Ubisoft, they always go hard. Assassin's Creed always go hard, like with them. So it's like I'm more interested in like the aspects of the game that they show in here, like the 2 characters. How deep does it actually go? Do you know what I'm saying? They showed a grappling hook with her. That was one of the things that they had in Assassin's Creed Syndicate. Syndicate, the one in London. Like you can grapple hook and stuff like that, and then obviously the interchangeable characters. So I need more of this, like more understanding of what I'm hoping the next thing we've got is gameplay.
I would hope so.
Need that.
So the trailer now is who are Naoe and Yasuke. Interest on. Let's dive in.
With our dual protagonists, we have 2 fantasy, the samurai and the shinobi. We want the player to experience both, and we cannot squeeze both fantasy into one character because the samurai and shinobi came from a different social class. They have different lives, so we cannot really mix them together.
The historical character of Yasuke presented a really exciting opportunity for the narrative team. We approached it in the same way that so much of the work is done on Assassin's Creed, which is really in terms of research and history first. Not a lot is known about him, but what we did know, or we do know, is that he arrived in Japan in 1579, right when our game starts. in that he had relationships with some of the most interesting people in our setting, like Oda Nobunaga, the Portuguese, and Jesuits, which made it very sort of tantalizing and enticing from a narrative perspective to come in and start weaving these facts with story in between.
The more we read about the character, the more he was inspiring for us. He's a foreigner discovering Japan, and we thought it's the perfect fit because he's discovering Japan and you are discovering Japan also.
And on the flip side, we have Naoe, who comes from the province of Iga, which is a remote mountainous area, fiercely independent, known as the birthplace of shinobi. So they're very contrasting perspectives that really expose a lot of different sides and facets of the era.
When Oda came, he completely destroyed Iga. You have Yasuke and Oda that coming to destroy the shinobi. So it can kind of create this interesting tension between two characters.
We were able to connect her to the province of Iga and the legendary Igan shinobi historical figure, Fujibayashi Nagato, who's her father in the game. So we understand why she has the skills that she has and the values that she learns from her father in the people of Iga, which are valor, benevolence, and wisdom. And as a young person still at the start of the game, we get to see now we acquire even more of that wisdom as the story unfolds.
And if you ask anybody, it's super clear that samurai will be combat heavy and a shinobi will be stealth heavy. It creates this distinction right away. Yasuke can fight with all his advantage, his stature, like he's a big guy. He can break door, he can fight multiple enemies, he can break armor. Compared to Naoe, like her character and their outfit, it's really about being stealth, being unseen. She's the only one with the hidden blade, so they have clear advantage that put them into the stealth and the combat, even if they can do a bit of both.
They're a really great pair together because on one side we have Naoe, who's very intense.
That she does stealth and he does.
But then he said, didn't he just say, they can both do a bit of both?
I mean, he's going to be able to stand in the shadow. Like, that's just a normal thing. Like,
and this intensity
do you know what I'm saying?
that she brings as a shinobi, but that she also brings
I feel like that's
to
more
her
the elements he's talking
relationship.
about.
And this balances very well with Yasuke, who is sort of a thoughtful, level head to Naoe's fiery passion. We really thought about somebody like Yasuke historically who was able to come to Japan and have the life that he did there, to enter service for Oda Nobunaga and achieve all of the things that he did. Like, what kind of person would go through all of this? So our Yasuke is very intelligent, thoughtful, and respectful of this culture that he encounters, and that makes him a very nice sort of counterpart to Naoe. He's a bit mysterious as well, and that's something we get to see unfold as the game progresses.
They're selling me more on the whole Yasuke thing than Assassin's Creed as a whole, but I feel like obviously this is almost the angle they're coming with this game, where it's like she's got a hidden blade, he doesn't. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm not even how Assassin's Creed is it, but it seems like we're like if this wasn't called Assassin's Creed, it'd still be, you know what I'm saying, it'd still be fine. But I also feel like maybe hardcore Assassin's Creed fans are going to be getting upset about this. Do you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Bruv.
wow. So I'm guessing in Syndicate, they also had, I would say, a similar skill set in terms of combat and stealth mechanics?
Yeah, well, they had they played differently. So he was more of a brute and she was quicker and faster. But they could both do the same things, but their skill trees went differently, so they would have different aspects of them. Do you know what I'm saying? So they felt different. The thing is, they never got to here is like, I half don't want to be forced to play as the other character if I don't want to. It seems like here they're gonna make you play as both.
Yeah.
I just don't like that. Do you know what I'm saying? Especially it's like, if this is the character you like, why can't I just stay with this character? You know what I'm saying? They should be, I think you should be able to do it whole linearly, one character, whole linearly, the other character. And obviously if you want to swap in between, do that as well. I think that would be good. But I'm really just hoping that this is better than Ghost of Tsushima 2. Not the first one, the second one, because I feel like this game's got the elements in it that Ghost of Tsushima should have had in one, like in terms of improving the stealth element as well. And in the next one, yeah, I hear that. But you see what Assassin's Creed are doing with their first game? Well, with this game, like, they're just, everything you need you have, and then story and then growth. You get me? So I think I'm just a Ghost of Tsushima hater. So get me? Anyone you can say whatever you want. I platinum the game and it's dead. Do you get me? So it's one of those.
Yeah, you know what you were saying, the way you play with the characters. I just hope that you get to pick how you wanna tackle said mission, because based on how you wanna approach it, you should be able to pick like what way you wanna go and whether you wanna go brute force or stealth.
I mean, they did that in the last game, innit? So I would expect that to be here as well. I just want them to like really hone in on the characters. Like, you see where they showed the different weapons. How many different weapons can he have? How many different kind of fighting styles can he have inside of just his own side of it? Do you know what I'm saying? They showed him with a sword and him doing like almost OP fatalities with the sword. Like, I want to see that with the club. I want to see that with an axe. I want to see that with a large hammer. Do you know what I'm saying? I want to see that with 2 swords, no shield, or sword and shield. Do you know what I'm saying? And I know they've got lots of those elements in Valhalla, and I hope that some of that stuff comes across. Do you get what I'm saying? As opposed to like, oh, he's got 4 main weapons and you just, you know what I'm saying, like this. So I'm interested. I'm not so interested in her, maybe just because they're just like, oh, she's a stealth character. Like, I don't care. I'm kicking in the front door.
I'm interested in her because obviously she's the one that seems like more on the assassin side. So obviously since her place started with the shinobi, I'd want to see how is it the Anubis, the main thing that started the whole Assassin's Creed in the first place, how her kind of story maybe relates to that.
Oh, you think that we're gonna be teleporting into the real world as well? Do you know, it's interesting because they didn't show any of that here. And how much of that happened in Valhalla?
It was in the back and forth quite a lot.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
So it'd be interesting to see. Like, obviously, she's the one that's with the hidden blade and stuff. Even it bending, I've never seen that before.
Oh yeah, the little turn on it.
Yeah.
I feel like it's probably she made it herself. Do you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that, I'll be interested as well. Yeah.
So yeah, it'd be interesting to see like what her story was like. Because obviously everyone kind of knows about Yasuke as well, and it's good that they said that they started from the time when he even arrived in Japan. So you're exploring Japan the same way he is, and it's good to see what kind of knowledge she would impart, and just the audiences or the players as well, about being a shinobi, and like I said, what her part is to play in being an assassin. So
you see, with that, I would like to see if there's any clash in ideologies with them too, because obviously shinobi's all shadows, samurai is all honor, front going. You know what I mean? So that'll be interesting to see how these 2 characters grow together and agree and disagree, especially when it comes down to missions. And does that reflect on your moral compass as well, like how you go on about?
It's interesting because in the beginning they showed that like he was part of the people killing the shinobi on the other and then they're gonna have to work together. So yeah, I'm interested to see how they like bridge that gap. But what I'm really thinking about her character is that she's not the assassin. I feel like her dad's the assassin. Her dad's gonna get killed. She's gonna assume all of his gear and like, not to say it's not an Assassin's Creed game, but I don't think we're playing. I feel like you become the assassin at the end of the game as opposed to being the assassin throughout the assassin, like in the league. Do you know what I'm saying? So because I was even wondering, like when they first show it, it's like she can't do nothing. She's all in the mud. But then obviously through the developer talk, they was talking about how, oh, she's got these abilities because she knows for her dad, but they never said anything about her dad. So it's like, well, if her dad has been an assassin, do you know what I'm saying? And this is obviously story beats that they don't want to share in the trailer, would make sense as well. So interesting.
I feel like for me, also the big question is it co-op?
No. I know it's not co-op because they would have said it was co-op.
Okay.
They would have said straight away, this is co-op. Like, you don't have a trailer like this and then not say it's co-op. Because that's going to be the first question. And the fact that they omitted it or just didn't get me.
I'm guessing Syndicate wasn't co-op either.
Syndicate wasn't co-op, no. Unity's the only one that was co-op.
Because people have been asking for that, a game like that to come back. I think you could create your own assassin at least. And then go out with like 4 guys.
Yeah, that's Syndicate. I mean, that's Unity. Yeah. But yeah, we've not seen that back yet, and that would be sick. I mean, the thing is that they should be leveling that. Like at this point in Assassins, bruv, every game should be 4-player co-op, all dropping into the world. 4 different assassins. Each different assassin has a whole different style. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Oh, we've got one Viking, one this, one that, one this, one that. Like, we should have been there already. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you man, go and look at the game For Honor. It's been out for what, 10 years. It's got all of your characters. The Assassin's Creed
yeah.
characters are in the
Literally
game.
the assassin dropped the other day.
Like,
saw the trailer for that.
come on. Like, it's already there. You own the franchise, bruv. You man, get it together, Ubisoft.
That is quite interesting that they haven't gone that route, but maybe that's coming. Maybe that's the next assassin.
I don't believe it, bro. I don't believe it, but because of the way they move, I feel like they'd more do what they're doing there, where they've got For Honor with all of the collective characters in, and they're adding, as opposed to, we'll put all of these into a yearly edition, where they can continually, new season pass on For Honor. It's like, you've got Assassin's Creed, I'm coming out every year, or I'm coming out every other year. Then you've got For Honor, I'm coming out once every 10 years, but you get season pass after season pass, and every character you're seeing in all other games is showing up here. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's a good, do you know what I'm saying? Back and forth, but at the same time, like, can we at least push Assassin's Creed to the next level? Like, right now we're looking at Assassin's Creed, and I'm like, how much has it changed since Syndicate? If we're talking about a 30-hour game with 2 characters. Syndicate came out in 2014 or something like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's an issue. But you know,
like you're saying, like it was. When was Black Flag? I feel like that was like their biggest change, going from like this land to having naval battles and stuff like that. And
Black Flag was the best thing they ever did. The best thing they didn't know they ever did. You get me? Because you know what I'm saying? What 10 years after Black Flag, we're getting Skull and Bones, which is the worst pirating game I've ever seen in my life. Get me? It's terrible.
Ubisoft, get it together, as piracy.
It's nuts, bro. It's nuts.
So yeah, we're excited to see what this is got to bring to the table, and yeah, we're finally getting one in Japan still. Guys, let us know. Comments down below. What do you think of Assassin's Creed Shadows? Have you played all of them? Did you play the last one, Mirage? I feel like that literally was a mirage. It got announced and it just went away. It was mad. Or which is your actual favorite Assassin's Creed game thus far? I'm Sam, Mr. Blitztech.
Revenue GS.
J1 further to Simoners.
Peace.